Hello there and welcome back to Trinity Stamps for day 2 of our sneak peeks of our upcoming holiday release, which hits the Trinity Stamps shop on September 21st. We're going to jump right in today and take a look at some brand new wintry stamp sets. First up is the adorable Coco the Gnome. This 2x3 stamp set has coordinating dies, and this little gnome is just about 2 inches tall. He is darling. And the sentiment says winter wishes, which when you die cut out, you actually have 2 separate words. So you can put them side by side or you can stack them. I love the options there. So let's take a look at this stamped, colored, and die cut out so you can get a look at how cute he really is holding this little cup of cocoa that is in a penguin mug. I love it. He's going to go with so many of the gnome sets that we already have coming out. You'll be able to use him with that. Next up, we have our Freezing Family. I love this 4x6 set. It has a row of 4 snowmen and a little bunny and some birds, a tree. They are all dressed up for winter, and we have different sentiments to go with it. Sending warm wishes, 'tis the season to be freezin', and from our family to yours. Plus, there are several snowflakes you can stamp out in this set. And of course, everything has a coordinating die, so you can die cut it out, even the little snowflakes. So this is going to make a really cute card. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video where I make a card with this set. I am in love with how this card turns out. So there you can see all the detail in the set. And when you die cut it out, some of the little snowy lumps at the bottom are going to be cut away. So it's your choice whether you want to die cut it out or stamp it right on your card and create a scene that way. But there you can see what it looks like with everything colored and die cut out. Such a cool set. Okay, next up we have probably my favorite set, Frostbite Cafe. We have some penguins doing all different things. We have a little igloo cafe. You can see it has a window there with coffee in it and a sign that says the Frostbite Cafe. And then we've got an ice cube. I love the penguin in his puffy coat. We've got some sentiments. So, snow much fun, you're the coolest, and you're snow sweet. So punny sentiments, which I always love. And you can see we've got the dies, we can cut out all the things, and you can make some really fun Christmassy, wintry scenes with this set. Look at them all colored up. I think it is the cutest little set. I love that they all have different treats, like a little popsicle with a fish inside or an ice cream with a fish in it. I'm going to have so much fun with that set. And you can add on this really cute Frosty Friends Forever set. We've got 2 more penguins, some icebergs, a igloo that looks like it's far off in the distance, and our sleeping polar bear, and a sentiment, season's greetings. So you can use this totally by itself, or you can pair it with our previous penguin set. So lots of choices. I love add-ons, and of course they have their own dies to die cut out all of the things. So let's take a look at this set, stamped, colored, and die cut out as well. These images are so easy to color because of how much white is in them. I like a little bit of gray added for a shadow, and then the penguins in some really dark gray or black are just darling. So have fun with these sets. I know I'm going to. Next up, we have our ice friends. So here you can see the woodland creatures playing hockey and ice skating. They are really cute, and you probably recognize these images from one of our most popular illustrators. I think that the cozy bear sets go really well with the bear in this set. So there you can see we've got some sentiments in the set as well. Have an ice day, hockey birthday to you, skating by to say hi. And I love that there's a pond image, so you can put these right on the pond and create a cute little scene. Here you can see everything colored and die cut out and ready to go on a card. I know I'm going to make a card with these images. I think the soft colors with teal and pink are so fun for winter. And we have an add-on set for this one if you like. It's the bunny slope. We've got the bunny skiing downhill. We've got the penguins sledding. So you can stamp sledding by to say hi or skiing by to say hi. Season's greetings. Oh, what fun. Snow Bunny loves you like I do. So these are really some fun images. Pair it with the hockey set and you can create all kinds of wintry scenes. Here you can see them colored up and die cut out, and even all the dies to cut out the words. I love that. All right, when you're ready to build a scene, how about this new pine forest background stamp set? It's 6 by 6 and you can see it is a full image of trees. You can make these look wintry or you can make them look woodland, depending on how you stamp it out. Here it's stamped on some really dark green cardstock with white ink, and you can really have tons of fun with this. I'm going to show it completely different at the end of this video when I make my card. Such a cool background stamp. Okay, it is time to look at our standalone dies. We have some dies perfect for creating your wintry scenes, the embossed hills and slopes. You can see this is going to create 3 different hills or slopes, and then we have our trees. There are seven different trees in this set. Some are tall and skinny and some are shorter to the ground, and really just helps build the scene out for you. So let's take a look at the trees. You can see what they look like, die cut from some white cardstock. I love that they all have their own little style to them. This hill right here is just going to create a really subtle slope. You can use both sides when you die cut this out, but one of them will have an embossed line into it if you like that detail. Now these are made to be slimline size, but that's great because you can actually then use them on any other size card that you like to make. Here, this one has a very puffy, rounded hill. That's super fun for creating scenes too. And then next up, we have our slope. So this is going to be a great hill or slope to add that skiing bunny or the sledding penguins, and is great for anything wintry. But of course, you could cut these from green and make some rolling hills, or gray and make some more mountainy scenes. Totally up to you. Next up, we have our mini winter greetings. This is going to die cut out letters, and then you have a layering piece to stick those letters to. I like to die cut my letters from cardstock backed with our rip and stick sheets, and that way I can peel those letters up. They have adhesive on the back and easily stick them down to the shadow layer. It is the best way to do it. No gluey mess, and they make the cutest double layer sentiments. We have winter wishes, holiday, hugs, freezin', season, warm, and cozy, and several more like snowflake kisses. You'll see them on my card. Next up, we have our snowflake trio die set, 3 different size intricate snowflakes, and also a die that can create a shadow layer for each of those snowflakes. You can see this one here is just over an inch big, about 1.5 inches, and then we have our largest snowflake, and they're so intricate and beautiful. The largest one is just under 3 inches. Here you can see them with some mirrored paper on glittery cardstock, all dressed up and sparkly for winter. These are going to make some great focal points on your cards, or even enhance the background of a card. They would look great on tags as well. So I'm super excited to pair these with things I already have. Next up, we have some awesome new foiling dies, the Frosty Foiled Flakes. This is a snowflake set where each of the snowflakes are individual. You can arrange these however you like, as many as you like, close together, far apart, whatever you want on the background of your card. But there is also dies to cut out each of these foiled snowflakes, so you can have individual pieces that you can add to your creations. So here you can see it added to a card background. Look at the blue shimmer. I love that. And here you can see some that are foiled and die cut out. So lots of choices when you can use them both ways. All right, now let's make a card. So I am going to start out with that Frosty Pine 6 by 6 background stamp. I'm going to stamp this onto a white piece of cardstock, and I'm going to emboss it. So I'm going to treat it with my anti-static powder tool, which, by the way, you can get that tool in the Trinity Stamps shop now. And I'm going to ink up my stamp with some clear embossing ink. I'll press my paper down onto the stamp versus taking the stamp and pressing it onto the paper. That just allows me to get even coverage on this very large stamp by pressing onto the paper. Once I remove that, it's really hard to see that there's anything stamped on there, but once I add the clear powder, you can really see the image through that. I'm going to shake off the excess, and now it's time to melt the powder. So I'm going to take my heat gun. I got it nice and warm before I started, and now I'm just moving this around across my paper to melt that powder. I want to really pay attention. I don't want to over melt the powder or my technique is not going to work. So this is called Emboss Resist. I'm going to take some Distress Oxide ink in Spun Sugar and Kitsch Flamingo, and I'm going to rub that right over the top using my Blending Buddy brush. Everywhere that I embossed is going to resist the ink. So I put the lighter color in the center for kind of a highlight that's going to be behind my snowman, and then I'll put the darker color Kitsch Flamingo around the edge. So that's going to really help draw your eye into the center. And these two colors blend together so beautifully. The last step is to buff off any excess ink that might be sitting on top of that embossing. Then I'm adding some splatter. First, I did some water from my distress sprayer, and that is going to lighten out the ink in certain spots. Next, I have the Ink on 3 Pixie Dust, liquid pixie dust. I'm adding just a little bit of water to loosen it up, and then I'm going to flick this onto my paper, and that's going to give me some splatters. I can also drag the brush on the edge of that window sheet and get some really fine dots of splatter. So now we need to let that dry, and I'm going to get my landscape ready. So I am bringing back that slimline die set, the hills and slopes, and I'm going to die cut this from a piece of white glitter paper. This has no iridescent shine, it's just white glitter paper. And I am going to do the 2 tallest skinny trees as well to help fill in my scene. So here you can see I have my hill with the embossed line in it, and then my 2 skinny trees, and I love this white glitter paper. It is subtle and yet just enough glitter to make it look snowy. I added that hill to the bottom. I like to die cut it from a piece of paper that's a little bit wider than my paper, which, by the way, that background is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I'll add my trees on the very edge because these snowmen that I colored and cut out are going to go right in the middle. Remember, this is the Freezing Family stamp set. Look how cute it is on this little background of pink trees. I love it. I'm snipping off the excess of my hill now, and then I'm going to add some of those mini winter messages. So this is going to say Cozy Winter Wishes. I thought it would look cute to kind of arrange them so they're in a little bit of an arc. And when I set them down, I didn't press down hard on my foam squares in case I wanted to scoot it around. I'm adding a sub-sentiment from the stamp set, from our family to yours. And of course, how about some embellishment? And this time it's not like a sequin or confetti. I'm going to use those tiny snowflakes from the stamp set as my embellishment. They are so cute. Every one of them is different and they're in different sizes. I think it's so fun. And you could use these putting them, all the stamps on one block and repeatedly stamping them over a piece of cardstock to create a background as well. So I have 2 left over. I'm going to save for the inside of my card. My card base is 11 inches by 5 1/2, and I scored it at 5 1/2 to create my square card. So I can glue that down and I'll have this really soft teal border all the way around, which matches all the colors in my card. And there I can add those 2 tiny snowflakes to the front. I even think I might stamp the snowmen again on the inside in a coordinating color as the cardstock, just for another subtle look in there. I think I'll do that. Yeah, so that is the card for today. We have one more day of sneak peeks coming up tomorrow. That'll be our last day. And then on Thursday, this release hits the shop. So check it out on Thursday, September 21st. You can find all these goodies then, and we cannot wait to see what you guys are going to make with this brand new release. I will see you tomorrow for sneak peek day 3. Happy stamping! Bye!